Thank you very much, leadership. I hope we are still feeling the spirit of service among us. I hope we are still believing that we are the ones we've been waiting for. I hope we are still believing that indeed the FBA is the Black Panther, as alluded by Mpokwadi. Who Mpokwadi is the first graduate of the FBA. So someone who we met when we were still at high school, and he eventually graduated to demonstrate the work of young people, that it's a work of value and impact in society. So do not be surprised when you see me here. I'm actually going to introduce a very significant person to the work of young people. I'm even emotional because many people, when we started this institution, particularly, they didn't believe in us. You know, they didn't see the value of the work of young people in society. But when we met the person that I'm about to introduce, things changed, and they changed for the better good. The person that I'm going to introduce, before I read her bio, she's our mother, all of us. Some of you do not know her, because today you're going to know her. She's our mother. She's much more than that. She's even our spiritual mentor. She walks with us, she checks us every day. You know, the leaders, no one cares how the leader is feeling. People always want help. But when we feel like we want to give up, because no one has ever paid any one of us with regards to the work of young people particularly. And at times, even our own life becomes affected, you know. You become delayed academically, socially, and so on and so forth. But Umama Wetu, who I'm about to introduce, always say to us that it will work out eventually. The hard work that you guys put every day, you will see the rewards. And remember that you are not doing it for yourselves. So I'm going to read her bio so that you guys also become inspired, particularly the women in this room. Particularly the women in this room. In particular. So I'm not yet thanking her, but I'm just here to I wanted to put into context. For many years, we've been wearing casual in the FBA, you know. Those who have nice shirts and blazers will wear them. And those who have nice dresses will wear them. But it was only after we met Uma who said that, but you must look the same. And today, as you wear those beautiful shirts generally, that say we are united in excellence, is because of Uma. Let me just do the things of introduction. Also, we welcome our leader who's just walking in, Phoebe Mabelane. Better late than never. Our mother, I'm going to say, when I call her up on stage, I'm going to ask you to clap hands. So in the meantime, allow me to introduce her by reading, because it's significant so that I don't miss anything. So I'm going to read the profile of our beautiful, flamboyant, amazing, a woman of God. I'm going to read the profile of someone who's the beacon of hope, who epitomizes greatness in our lives. I'm going to read a profile of a woman of note, a Proverbs 31 woman. Our mother is Miss Jacqueline Nolwandle Mboweni. Nolwandle Mboweni was born in 1961, the 3rd of October, in Orlando, East Soweto, Johannesburg, South Africa. She acquired her National Senior Certificate Matric at Marian Hill High School in Pinetown, KwaZulu-Natal. She has a Senior Teacher's Diploma a BA in Education degree from Vista, University of Johannesburg, South Africa. And she has MAP from Wits Business School. She was a science teacher for 10 years, from 1988 to 1998, before the 2000s, you know. At Fons Luminous High School in Diepkloof, Soweto, south of Johannesburg. So she has served very well the people of Soweto. In 1999, she ventured into business world. Business world, Bagiti. She partnered with Absa Bank Barclays as a director and a shareholder in all pay routing PTY to pay the social grants on behalf of government for the whole of Gauteng province. Imagine, can we clap hands in the process as we still continue to introduce her? In 2002, when some of you were born. No, in 2000, yes, you were born in 2000. She was appointed by Sun International, the group of entertainment, gaming, and leisure group, as the director and shareholder at the Grand West Cape, which is in Cape Town, Afrisan Gauteng, and she chairs the Afrisan Community Trust, the division for the CSI. We are led by it. In 2002, she partnered with Total South Africa through Tosako Pty partner, and she chaired Total South Africa Transformation Board and Ethics Committee. We are in the midst of leadership. In 2004, as the years unfolds, she was appointed as a director and shareholder of Pumelela Gaming and Leisure Pty, an international horse racing listed company, which is an international horse racing listed company. She also serves in their audit committee. This level of leadership we foresee for some of you. She is also a shareholder of Mbombela through SPG Pty partner, the developers of the first Southern Africa speed bullet train in Africa, the How train. Leaders, you are not lost. We are in the midst of leadership. As we continue, she is also part of the Women in Rail working with PRASA on their rolling stock project. She is also a director and shareholder of Invest Fem Women Pty, a shareholder of Cell C Cellular Network. Noli is very passionate about both women and youth empowerment. I think in that very last part, that is where you fit in. Youth empowerment, but we mentioned that women are taking the lead. Leaders, we are in the midst of leadership. She has already launched Proverbs 31 Mentorship, where she mentors young and old women on how to start new businesses, also to balance family and career, as well as business. She also has her own bursary fund, the Makgatho Trust, through which she has sponsored a number of students at tertiary. Some are already qualified CAs, lawyers, entrepreneurs, and so on and so forth. She is also a donor of the University of Cape Town, University of Zululand. She's a board member, Mandela's Children's Fund, Mandela's Children's Hospital, Santa, Johannesburg Child Welfare. As a former academic, she takes education very seriously. And of course, she supports the work of the greatest institution of our time in the form of Faculty of Best Advisor. You are not lost, leaders. You are not lost. You are home, and we are led. Noli, our very own mother, has been featured in the book titled South Africa's Most Inspirational Women, Volume 2 by Lonwabo Jababu, and also in the Destiny magazine, June 24, titled Powerhouse. And of course, she's the powerhouse of a woman. Leaders, I don't think you would wish you would be anywhere else other than where we are right now. On the 20th of May 2017, she received a Women for Africa Award in London. Like levels. In recognition of business women in Africa. As a people, in a nutshell, we are led. She's married. These are goals we are talking about. When we grow up, by all means necessary, thank you very much. She is married to Dr. Lincoln Mboweni, medical practitioner. And they have 3 children. And one of them is our leader of note. Most of you know her, Nene Mboweni, who's an academic par excellence also. But I think we will do justice if we stand up and sing a very massive song in welcoming our mother to give us something to think about as we go forward as young people of Africa. Hozamazumelo, amazumelo, hozamazubabawa, amazubabawa, zamazumelo, amazumelo, hozamazubabawa, amazubabawa, uye oziola, uye. Thank you very much. I will come after you.
Good afternoon, my children. I am honored to be here today. Actually, when the leadership invited me, I knew that this date is a very significant date in my life. 17th of February is the day I lost my dad. So it's 2 years already. The man who brought me to this world, the man who mentored me, the man who was my destiny connector. But above all, I heard some of you talking about being a mentor that you never had. He was a father to me, but a father to the nations. And yet he never had a father. So today I know if he was alive, we'd have said, go and breastfeed the children. So instead of, I woke up this morning just with thanksgiving to God, having been born out of a man and having been led by a man who was very passionate about the people, not only the people of South Africa, but the people of the world. So I think it's fitting for me to be standing amongst you on this very day in celebrating his life and continuing the legacy of empowering people. Thank you, leadership, again, for putting up this network. When I first met your leadership about a year ago, I did not want to cry in front of them, but I cried after they left because I said, here are our kids You are our future. You are the hope. So there's no need for us to panic as adults because you are already leading. And if we are led by people like you, it means the world is going to be a better place. Can you give yourselves a round of applause? When Murunga fetched me, I said to her, next time, please invite your parents. Because, you know, sometimes when you are little kids, because we carried you, we raised you up, we still remain kids. Can't you are leaders? And if we are here as parents, I'm privileged to be here, and I'm going to report to the others to say, hey, it's bondiwe lapha abantwana bayasebenza. And I said to the leadership, you know, it only takes a village to raise a child. You might have been bored out of your parents, but there are many people who contributed to where you are. And I think it's only befitting to give them accolades, give them tribute, and be grateful. And there's nothing that beats the spirit of gratitude in anything. Allow me to congratulate FBA. And as I was sitting there, I say, FBA, it must not only be a VETS institution or a UJ institution, but this should be a global network. What you are doing, it's needed in the whole continent. What you are doing, it's needed in Europe. What you are doing, it's needed in America. What you are doing, it's needed in Russia, all over. Because everyone needs a mentor in life. Not only academic, socially, maritally, even spiritually. So what we have started, it's something that I see this growing as a baobab tree that will even be able to reap the fruits, even for your great-great-grandchildren. It's a legacy, it's a beautiful legacy. And I'm saying to the leaders, thank you so much for sowing on fertile ground, because this is fertile ground. What you are going to produce, you are going to produce leaders who are going to, in reciprocating the love that you have given them, they will spread it across the world. So already base yourself to start now forming branches of FBA, the whole of South Africa, institutions, because it's a service that is needed. It's a service that will bear fruit. It's a service that will change the world. You know, when you come to business or any profession, you need someone to hold with your hand. I mean, when you went to school, I'm sure all of you remember, first day at school, we all cried. We all cried because you are scared. Scared of this teacher. Above all, you are scared of these new students. Are they going to bite me? Are they going to take my scarf tin? I remember I was taken by my own uncle on first day to school. He said to me, no, I'm not leaving you. I'm just going to get you stock sweet. I don't know whether I know stock sweet. Those days we had stock sweet. So on that day, I didn't cry because I saw them crying. I said, yo, their parents have left them. My uncle hasn't left me. He's just coming to get stock sweet. And then indeed, I didn't realize the timeline. 2 o'clock when it came, he had stock sweets. He said, you see, I didn't leave you. All I just went to go home. So can you imagine the fear of the unknown? I was saying to Murungwa when she fetched me, she said, Ma, where are you? I said, no, I'm already passing planetarium. She says, no, we're on West Campus. So I said to her, how far from Banato? So as we get into the car, she said, how much do you know Banato? I said, we are the first students of Banato to stay there. Banato, when there was no other rest, and Banato was the first residence to allow boys and girls to stay together. So she was actually shocked because I said, I even know my room, it was 607. And then she said to me, how, Ma, can't you know this place? I said, yes, I've been here, 1986. That's where I was staying. I'm sure all of you were not born. Not a single one of you, I can assure you. Not all of you were born. But now let me share the experience of coming to this university. Last week, Saturday, I shared with some of you that coming to a university like this one, which is a white university, you had to first get permission from the Minister of Education. Why you, being a black student, you want to study in a white university? So the university could accept you, but the main letter has to come and give you permission. Can you imagine? Now times have changed. You don't have to apply to the minister. You can apply directly to the university and get accepted if there's space for you. But now, it was not enough. When you've been accepted, faculties, it's not any faculty that could accept a black person. And I'm talking this, it was not just a secret. In science, you'll actually count black students. If you are there, you know you're going to be a victim. You're not finishing. It was already calculated. If there are 5 students, first year, only 1 is going to graduate. The institution will make sure that you are excluded, even discouraged, even lose interest to pursuing your dreams. To see you in numbers like this, filling up this room, it's actually a miracle. Because if I see this room, in our times, it could have been all black students in the whole university, meaning all of you different faculties, 2 in one, 3 in others, such that during our times, we knew each other by name. We even knew our results when it course, when young. No, because we're a very small community. Now I see you in numbers, and I see you getting into those degrees where we knew mechanical engineering, no, it's not meant for black students. Medicine, no, ziyabalwa. The only time we would have something not even near to FBA, when they see ukuthi umnyama, will be assigned to what we call academic support. I never saw any of the white students being part of the academic support. It was always us, because it's like you needed some briefing and some preparations because you do not qualify to be there. And even then, academic support, you were not guaranteed that you are going to pass. It was just a mere to say the university is trying to help you, but you are hopeless. Already, when you are getting to an academic support, your mind is already damaged because you are literally viewing yourself as, it means I'm not even fit to be here. I'm not even going to finish. And mostly, 90% of those people will end up leaving the university without the degree. It's not a mistake where you had in my CV, the junior degree, I didn't get it here. I got it somewhere, but I came back later. And I came with vengeance after to say, yeah, you thought you had rejected me. Here I am, I'm back now. So delay is not denial, Gebantana Bam. And never take rejection as your destiny. But simply say, okay, maybe God is still removing some potholes for you to be able to glide. So Bantwana Bam, yes, today is a new journey. And obviously when you came here, one of the things that used to confuse me, I started with BSc, so we're on that side on OLS, so that's where the lecture halls were. Because the university is so big, it's overwhelming. Remember, you were at high school, and I'm sure many of you in this room will identify. You get confused. Which lecture hall are you supposed to go? You'll end up the first month getting to the wrong lecture halls because you don't understand, am I supposed to be, even reading the timetable, SS1, SS2, SH2, even if you have done orientation, but when you're on your own and you're scared to ask, so you just find yourself getting to being a visiting student in different lecture halls. And people, and especially when you find the second and third years, they know each other. And then when they look at you, they start laughing. But shemi fresh, And I'm just saying to you, please don't feel discouraged, but I know FBA is going to hold you with her hand. I mean, these are basic things where you get lost. But the worst thing is missing the test. You know, when you know that you're supposed to write a test, and no one is going to phone your mother and say, hey, Noli has missed school, where is she? You know, at high school, when they see you are not there, they phone your parents. But here, nobody's going to phone your parents. And there's an assignment that you need to submit. There's a deadline. Oh, let me tell you this. You guys now submit on student portal. I always hear my daughter and my sons talking of student portal. With us, we had to go and photocopy and type and print and above all and bind and then go and submit in the lecturer's office. You guys, you could be in Cape Town as long as you've got a student a portal, you're able to submit. Thank God to technology, Bantana Bam. We are studying in better times. But let me tell you, with us, you would look for a book in the library, you find that someone has taken it, and you need to. Maybe in the library there are only maybe 100 copies. Maybe for that cause, wow, about 3,000. So which means you have to wait for someone to bring that book or photocopy it. And we used to use what we call microfiche. I'm sure Ninaniazi in microfiche. It's something there, you spend some time, and you never use microfiche at high school. So it's something that is new, that you learn here in the university. There were no computers at that time. So looking for a book to be able to write an assignment, it used to be a cumbersome process. So I'm just saying, you take these things for granted, but here is FBA is coming to say we are here. How wonderful. How wonderful. They're not being paid for it, but it's a service. They're here to serve. You know, before you become a great leader, you must learn how to be of service to others, meaning care about others. Give yourself to others because you say you want them to improve. Now, I am saying to you, Bandrena you have no idea what you have just begun to do.